And Rangers go top of the table when they take on their fierce rivals Aberdeen at Ibrox. Or can Neil Warnock shift the tide? Can he put momentum back to the green side of Glasgow in his first game as Aberdeen manager? We're going to find out, guys. Welcome back to Fog Football. It's your preview for tonight's game. It's Rangers versus Aberdeen.
And it's a massive game. Looking forward to it. 2 games on Sky this midweek. You don't get that very often.
We're being spoiled.
Rangers have actually only used I think this is their second game at home this season.
Well, of course, because they only really show the 2 Celtic games, and then you've got like 2 other matches.
That's crazy.
And they normally do show one of the Rangers Aberdeen because it's considered a big game. And what they also normally do is they'll probably keep one for the split, so that if it's a close title fight, especially if it's last day, they'll want to have the option of having Rangers show that game. Because imagine it goes for the title and Rangers are at home and you can't see it.
Rangers used a loophole though, and they've got 5 games this season.
See, I think I get it, right? Each team has 4 games, but I think if you use up the quota, right, and it comes to the end of the season, see if there's a title fight or a fight for third place or a relegation battle, and you've already used up then they should just fucking pay extra or do something.
See, back in the day, I'm assuming the helicopter Sundays were on TV, weren't they? So I cannot.
Well, this whole only showing 4 home games, that's a recent thing. I think back in the day they showed as many as they wanted.
No, I refuse to believe if we're going into the final game of the season and the league's not decided that they're not going to have both games on TV. That would be fucking disgraceful.
Well, they'd have to.
No, they would have to. Imagine Chris Boyd, Chris Sutton with a title on the line.
And you have to listen to them on the radio?
No, you have to listen to that wee fat midget on Rangers TV. It's a no for me. Anyway, hopefully there is no last day title decider because Rangers are going to wrap it up, and tonight they're going to go top of the league.
Let's talk about the big talking point. Neil Warnock, in my opinion, the new Aberdeen manager. A lot of people are praising this hiring for Aberdeen.
What for Kenny Miller?
A lot of them are saying it shows ambition. It's great that they can bring a guy of this stature to the Scottish Premiership. But for me, I'm thinking all they've really done is hire an old guy at 75 who offers no sort of long-term future, no long-term planning. They're bringing a guy in. It's almost like Aberdeen are hiring this guy just to fulfill his wish of wanting to manage in the Premier League. And that just makes Aberdeen seem like a small club at this moment in time, in my opinion. I mean, if Livingston sacked Davy Martindale and he came in and managed Livingston, you'd be like, aye, alright, I get it. But Aberdeen consider themselves the 3rd best team in the country, and it just like, to me, feels like instead of them thinking about their future, instead of them trying to get in the best manager that they can possibly do long term to push on and try and get in a position where they can fight for next season and salvage what they can this season, it's just like they've hired this guy because, well, he's always wanted to manage in Scotland, so let's give him a chance.
Yeah, and he comes out and says, I want to have some fun.
Is that what Aberdeen fans want? Do they want to see Warnock have fun, or do they want to see their team try and close the gap on the clubs above them, try and salvage a European spot for next season and do what they can, maybe even have a decent run in the Scottish Cup? That's what Aberdeen fans want.
He came out and said that he wants to win the Scottish Cup and bring some silverware, which is a good thing to say. I'm not going to bash him for that, but when you come out and say you want to have some fun and hopefully win some people over by the end, I like him, right?
Well, just imagine Clement came into Rangers and says, I'm here to have some fun.
No, I wouldn't have went long. I would have lost it.
Imagine Celtic fans are giving Rodgers death threats after the Aberdeen game, and it's like, it's alright, guys, I just came back here for some fun.
I want to have fun.
No, that doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, so Neil Warnock, to me, it does feel like Aberdeen are being treated as just a
Diddy club,
a way of fulfilling this guy's wish.
Yeah.
The news seems to be on Neil Warnock managing in Scotland before he retires, rather than Aberdeen appointing a new manager. That should be big. That should be a big deal. And in my opinion, it's almost like they've just hired a guy who wanted to try out Scottish football.
No, it's mad though. They're making out this guy's like The Rock. See, down in England, Talk Sport, and all like, oh, this guy, Neil Warnock. Even in Sky Sports News yesterday, I noticed how much more time is dedicated to Scottish football and talking about his appointment and talking about the game tomorrow. Well, it was tomorrow yesterday, but obviously it's tonight.
Also, kind of, I think it's crazy that we have seen more. They're trying to make it a big deal because it's a Premier League manager, right? They're saying, oh, it's a big name.
He's more a championship manager.
It's a big deal for Scottish football that this guy has come to the country. We have seen bigger and more successful English Premier League managers come to this country. Brendan Rodgers is obviously the big one. You also got Walter Smith.
Yep.
There has been a few that have came that were bigger and more successful than Neil Warnock. Now, maybe you could argue the fact that Aberdeen have managed to pull in Neil Warnock and it's not an old firm club.
Yeah,
then...
but look at like Advocat and O'Neill and people like fucking smoke this guy for for days. This guy's won nothing. He's never won a cup.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. He's no success. I called him a less successful
Roy Hodgson.
Hodgins.
I took it bad, and I didn't even rate Roy Hodgson.
You did take it bad. I thought I was pretty fair with that.
Nah.
An assessment like I thought. But anyway, Neil Warnock, can he turn up tonight? Can he ruin the Rangers party? We're going to find out. It's his first game in charge of Aberdeen. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. If Aberdeen got a result tonight, I could almost see it coming. If Rangers turned up and absolutely annihilated Aberdeen, I could almost see that coming too. I could see this 4-month run for Neil Warnock being an absolute disaster.
Could be.
Now, he might prove me wrong, and I'm not saying he won't do good. He might get some results out of Aberdeen. He might get them playing well.
If he finishes 8th, I'd still say that's a disaster. He's got to improve on the position they're in. Now, would Aberdeen fans take the Scottish Cup and finish in 11th? Absolutely, I think they would. I think you'd be delusional not to.
I don't think they'd take that.
They should take that.
Possibility of getting
There's no
relegated.
chance of European football. They're pish.
What do you mean? No, they've got a couple games in hand. If they win both games in hand,
No, it's like one game in hand these days.
they go into 5th. They go above St Mirren.
No, St Mirren are 6 points ahead of them, are they not?
Aye, but they've got 3 games in hand over St Mirren.
I think they've got to forget about European football. I like the fact he's come out and he's targeted the Scottish Cup. I like to hear that. I'll give him credit for that, but the whole having fun, and Kenny Miller tried to bury him and said he's never watched a game of football, Scottish football, even though he's a Greenock Morton season ticket holder, apparently.
I can't believe this guy in his entire life never watched a game of Scottish football. Anyway, anything to add about Neil Warnock? Any last thoughts before we talk about the teams?
I think it's a sad state of affairs when this guy is being treated so highly, considering he's won nothing. Yeah, he's a bit of a character, right? He's a bit unique. He's got a bit of personality. But it's just undervaluing the Scottish game.
Yeah, also...
It's almost like Neil Warnock's appointment is overshadowing a fucking title fight between the old firms.
See if Aberdeen were getting this guy in, right? And he was... See if they got him in 15 years ago and he was 60. You could maybe go, well, you know what, this is a really good appointment for Aberdeen. I'd like to see what Neil Warnock can do in the future once he gets a season or 2 under his belt. But you can't even look at it from that perspective. The guy is 75. Does he move better than most 75-year-olds? Absolutely. He looks
75 summers.
He looks in pretty good shape. But at the end of the day, he is 75. There's no real long-term future with this. There's no long-term...
Well, there ain't. It's 4 months.
People are saying he might stay on. But I mean, he might stay on 1 more year. This guy could unfortunately be dead before he makes it, Tybrox, tonight.
That's one way of putting it.
So, for me, it's just not a good
Great
signing.
banter.
Unless Aberdeen's some sort of retirement home.
This
is like signing,
some good golf courses in Aberdeen.
This is like signing a player who was decent back in the day, but now his legs are done, and you're going to just pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's almost like they've signed Jose Mourinho or something. A guy who's not quite what he was, but he's still Jose Mourinho.
Yeah,
it's Neil Warnock, man.
It's Neil Warnock. Now, he does have, 8 championship promotions, which is pretty impressive considering that's a tough league to get out of, but he never really done anything with those promotions, albeit I think he left a few of them when he got them promoted, but as a Premier League manager, top flight, you just don't really recall this guy doing anything other than being in relegation battles.
Yep.
Which most of them he actually didn't.
Apparently he used to do his team talks naked. Thoughts on that?
That's a wee bit weird. I could see how that would get the players playing well. But anyway, let's move on to the team. So Aberdeen have no real injuries or fitness issues, expecting a full strength side. So going to Pataudry, will it be a negative lineup? I think you'll see Miowski up front. He'll probably be the only guy inside the Rangers half for the majority of the game.
Yep.
If you look at the first half against Celtic, the guy was severely stranded. He was on his own. Second half, he got a lot more support, and it's no surprise Aberdeen played a lot better in the second half. If I was Aberdeen, do you go with a similar tactic? Do you try and get to the break at 0-0 and then in the second half go for it a bit more? I don't know. It's Neil Warnock. We don't know what his tactics are going to be. We don't know how he's going to go.
He said he's not going to change much for Levin's game plan because they've been practicing it all week. He simply just wanted it in tonight for the job because it's Ibrox. He came out and said that.
Oh, it's almost like he's just screwed a big moment away for that Levin guy.
It's almost like he screwed a moment away for Aberdeen just so he can get in the hot seat.
Aye. See, hold on. See if Aberdeen were playing Livingston tonight, would he be the manager right now?
No, actually, he's openly said that. The only reason he's in is because they're playing Rangers.
I think this is a bad. I actually cannot.
I think that's
believe,
about 10 pot.
I cannot believe a club the size of Aberdeen are literally just appointing this guy to fucking please some 75-year-old guy that never really was successful or done anything. 75-year-old reject, and Aberdeen are twisting and turning and bending over backwards to give this guy the managerial position. Yeah, I think it's small time.
You know, but the reactions, like they've brought Sir Alex Ferguson back at like 82. It's Neil Warnock, alright?
Anyway, let's talk about Rangers. So Rangers on a great run at the moment. I believe since Clement came in, they have only dropped 7 points. Is that right?
No, they've only dropped. They drew against Aberdeen and they got beat against Celtic. That's all they've done. So
For some reason I had a draw in
they've
there.
dropped 5. They've dropped 5 points.
For some reason I had them drawn against Celtic somewhere. I don't know where that game happened in my imaginary head.
Aye.
So yeah, they drew against Aberdeen and they lost to Celtic. So great form. Can they continue that form? We'll find out tonight. Injury-wise, Ryan Jack, no making it. Long-term injuries such as Seema still out, obviously. Roof won't be back.
Leon Balogun's broke his face or something.
Danilio's out, so yeah, Rangers going to have to go with either Dessers or Sylvia up front.
Silva.
Silva.
It's not Silvio for the
Sopranos.
Sopranos. And they pull me back in.
Yeah, he probably did a better job than fucking Dessers up front, to be fair. So Rangers, Cantwell's been improving a little bit lately. We'll see if he's in there. Centre-back partnership. Who's it going to be? I'm assuming it'll be Goldson and Suter.
Yeah, it has to be. I don't see who else he's going to put in there.
Goldson, Suter.
Davies is injured and Balogun's injured.
That's pretty much it then, isn't it? That's a wrap.
I think it'll be Yilmaz at left back. He rested Raskin at the weekend, so he'll be playing. Cantwell scored. He'll be playing.
Any of the new signings, do you think they'll be playing? Cortez, can he feature?
I think they'll feature, but I don't see them starting. I think it'll be McCausland and
McCausland, Cantwell, and Raskin. Is that the?
No, Lundstrom will be in there.
Lundstrom,
Left winger, Matondo. It'll probably be Matondo. Rangers are so weak up the front end of the pitch. They are.
Yeah, I mean, Seema out. I think they would. I thought they should have done more to try and replace him. Being such an important player for them, and they've kind of just
like that. Rangers are just
let
a
it
bit.
go.
I know they beat Livingston, right, and they've been getting through. Under Clement, they've did pretty well, right, but they're just toothless up front. Silva's not an number 9, sorry, and fuck that big man Dessers, I know what he is. He's too busy eating number 9s.
It's toothless aggression, but not quite Benoit style.
No, we need someone with a killer instinct up front like Chris Benoit, but we don't have that. And I think it'll be a close game. I don't think Rangers will stuff them. I went with 2-0. I'm going to stick with 2-0, but I mean, honestly, it's such a game for Rangers to put the pressure on Celtic. Celtic already crumbling from within, but Rangers have had numerous opportunities this season, especially the 2 Old Firm games against Celtic, and they dropped the ball. And I wouldn't be surprised if Rangers get beat or drew tonight.
I think Rangers will nick it 2-1, but again, if Aberdeen got something, I wouldn't be surprised. But I must be honest.
But see if Rangers drop points tonight, that is the sort of thing that's going to give Celtic the momentum, isn't it?
The momentum will be on Celtic.
If Rangers win tonight, see the pressure going into Celtic tomorrow and the toxicity for the fans, it's going to be massive. But if Rangers drop points, Celtic will be like, haha, look, we're pissed and we're still going to beat you to the title. You know that's coming. So I'm going 2-0.
I'm going 2-1 Rangers. Big game for them. Have to win this. Have to put the pressure on Celtic and make them get a result tomorrow against Hibernian. But Neil Warnock, he'll want to ruin the party. He'll want to get a result as well.
He'll want to strip naked and do his team talk with sheep.
No.
Don't know what he's doing. Neil. You know what? First game he's ever managed under VAR.
Neil for Neil.
See the fact he's never managed a game at VAR? That tells you that he's not been at the top level in a while.
No.
Because VAR's been in, well, apart from Scottish football, it's only like halfway through last season, wasn't it?
Been in for a while, like.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. 2-0, 2-1. Till next time. Good night.